Continuing with my story, when we went back to South Africa with my husband, and then that's when we started staying together. Life became hard, difficult, life became very difficult. One time I thought, ever since this guy married me, his life is turned upside down. His life has changed. Is it because of me or what? I was so worried. I got really worried. I could pray, I could fast because I was just worried, but I didn't show him. And then it continued and continued. Sometimes, he would come back. As we are used to drinking tea for breakfast with bread. Sometimes he would go to work. There would be no bread in the house, no money to leave for me to buy bread. He would go to work. That time he had a container, not a shop. He had a container. Makulas in South Africa, they have containers. They put their cell phone accessories in there, fixing phones. So he had a container that time. And so, it was difficult like that. So those who ask me, did you marry for love? If it wasn't for love, do you think I would stay? I would have stayed, waiting at home with nothing to eat, with no bread. So you see, so anyway, it continued like that, and then later things changed. I believe our love was being tested, right? Okay, test passed. I became pregnant with my firstborn, the twins, Abdullah Shumba and the sister. And then when it was time for me when I was about, I think so around 7 months, somewhere there. 7-8 months, somewhere there. I had this terrible headache. We used to stay in Kempton Park in Rhodesfield. Those who are in Kempton Park, I'm sure you know Rhodesfield. So my husband went to his friend's house. He was supposed to spend the night there. So around 6 p.m. I saw him. He came back. He went in the afternoon. And then around 6 p.m. I saw him. He came back. He told me that he was going to sleep there, but he came back. So I asked him, why are you back? And then he said, there's this strange feeling that I'm feeling. The feeling is just strange. I just thought, since you have a headache and pregnant, it's better I come back home because you're not feeling well. I couldn't sleep there. I had to come back. I said, okay. The headache was just too much, guys. I couldn't sleep. I could not lay down on the bed. I just put my head on the wall like this, and then my husband gave me a pillow. He put a pillow here for me. I could not sleep. I could not lay down. I just wanted to put my head on the wall like this. So he put a pillow for me. I was like this. I don't know until how long. So I remember waking up. He said, where are you going? He didn't even sleep that night. He said, where are you going? I said, I want to pee. I want to go to the bathroom. So I stood up, and then I started walking towards the door. And from there, I didn't remember everything else that followed or that happened. The next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital. And my husband was talking to me, but I was so confused. I didn't know what was happening, what was going on. So he was talking to me. He said, how are you feeling? So I was confused. I'm asking myself, how am I feeling now? And then I realized that I had a tube, that urine tube they put you, that if you're not going to the toilet yourself. So I saw it. I was trying to remove it. I was still in confusion, and then my husband held my hands. He said, don't do that. You are in hospital. When he told me I was in hospital, and then I said, oh, okay. And then that's when I realized, okay, I was in a hospital. I started looking around. So he said, you have babies now, you don't have a stomach anymore. I looked at my belly, I saw no more belly anymore. But you know, after delivering, if you were pregnant, you still have a big stomach, but you can see that that's not the size of the stomach you had. So I realized, I said, oh, okay. I didn't even ask where are the babies, or I knew I had twins because we had a scan before. So I knew, but I didn't even ask for the kids to see them or anything. I just looked at my stomach and then I said, oh, okay. And then the kids were brought to my ward, and then I saw my kids. I looked at my kids, and then my husband saw the doctor. You know, in South Africa, the doctors, they have a day they come, and then they just operate you, right? And then they have a day they come to just check up on you. So that day they were coming, and then my husband said, doctor, why do these kids look like this? Are they normal? So what he meant was, these kids, they were not developed like fully 100%. Of course they were human beings, but it was a premature birth. Magava mwedzi matwins angu akazvarwa nguva isati yakwana. Because of my blood pressure, they had to operate me. Actually, when my husband told me, I fell down. Like I said, when I was going to the bathroom, I don't know, he said I was about to fall down, and then he came and grabbed me, and then I woke up in the hospital. So he rushed me to the hospital, and then the doctor checked me. So they said your blood pressure is very high. My blood pressure was very high. So they said we need to operate on her and take out the babies as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to lose either the mother or the kids. So my husband had no choice but to do the C-section. And that's when I had the operation. And so when the doctor came, he said, are the kids normal? Because they had their faces, even myself, I looked at them, they were not fully 100% fully. I don't know what to say even. So the child, if the baby is so small, the baby looks so scary. That's how they looked. So the doctor said, yo man, your kids are so healthy, your kids are so normal, they are twins, and it was not yet 9 months, so don't worry, they are okay. My husband said they look like rats. This guy, can you imagine? He said they look like rats. And you were telling the truth, they were looking like rats. So the doctor said, no, it's not. The other twin is laughing. The girl is laughing. You are looking like a rat. You are looking like a rat. Didn't I tell you before? I'm sorry. You are looking like a rat. So the doctor said, no, it's normal because they were not yet 9 months old. So it's normal. And they are very healthy. No need to worry. And then he said, oh, okay. So I stayed in the hospital for some time, and then they told me that I could leave, I could go home. I was discharged. I went back home, and then after a few like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, nearly a month, my kids, they were now okay. They were not looking like rats anymore. They were now 100% human beings, even if they were still human beings, but their faces were now looking nice, good. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. How can I say such things about my kids? So yeah, they started looking good, and then that's my story. How I delivered my kids, how life was as soon after marriage. Let me just say, soon after marriage. I will come back again with another story.